On June 2, 1958, Mildred Jeter and Richard Loving got married in Washington, D.C. The catch? Mildred was a black woman and Richard was a white man.
After the two were married, the Lovings moved back to Virginia to live with Richard's parents, but Virginia has anti-miscegenation laws, laws against interracial marriages, and the laws applied to anyone living in Virginia, despite where they were wed.
In late June, the month they were married, the local police woke them at 2 a.m. to tell them they were about to be arrested.
The Lovings were sentenced to a year of jail time, or to stay out of Virginia for 25 years. They were forced to pack up their lives and leave.
In 1966, the case was sent to the Supreme Court. The case was extremely controversial. On one side, the law violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. On the other side, Virginia had authority over marriage laws under the Constitution.
Virginia's anti-miscegenation law states that a white person and a non-white person cannot be lawfully married and live in the state. This includes couples that get married elsewhere and live in Virginia.
Virginia argued that the laws they made over marriage within their state was in their right, and the Supreme Court didn't have a place judging those laws. They also believed that they had very good reasons for putting these laws in place, and that the 14th Amendment was not supposed to counter their authority.
The Lovings brought the case to court because the civil rights movement had come so far. African Americans had the right to vote, schools were desegregating, Jim Crow laws were toppling. Considering the Equal Protection Clause, the Lovings wanted to be granted their individual right to be married and live where they choose.
The court's decision was unanimous, for Loving. The court believed that marriage was meant to be a basic right of man. The Lovings and their 3 kids were finally allowed to live in Virginia.
The impact of this case was huge. Many Americans called for the impeachment of Chief Justice Earl Warren, and many Americans' responses were extremely negative.
But many state constitutions were rewritten to allow the freedom to marry interracially, and this eventually ends up being the case that resonates a lot with the current issue of gay marriage. It was a landmark case for the civil rights movement and a huge step towards equal rights for everyone.